Acheron is here, baby. It's time to break the game. You thought this was turn-based? Nope, this is an action RPG now. I'm just going to be real, and maybe this is a hot take, but if you pull Acheron and build her like I'm about to show you, she will make you hate every single one of your other characters. So let's jump into everything there is to know about setting up Acheron. So already is where it gets fun, because Acheron's kit is extraordinarily complex, and there's a lot to understand and take in. Essentially, her ultimate is by far the most important thing, as this is her sexy kill mode, and the TLDR on this is the higher you level this, the more damage she will do, but the detailed explanation is her ultimate is the core of her entire kit. Everything she does revolves around dealing more damage with this ultimate. Essentially, whenever she hits an enemy with her skill or an ally applies a debuff, it will apply one stack of something called Crimson Knot, and the more Crimson Knot stacks an enemy has, the more damage Acheron will deal with her ultimate. So the idea is to apply as many stacks as you can before you turn everything black and white and nuke the entire universe with her sword, hence why Acheron is a debuff-centric character. Also, Acheron doesn't get her ultimate through energy regen like every other character. She needs to get 9 stacks of something called Slashed Dream, which can be gained the same way you apply Crimson Knot, and this is all part of her talent, which will also increase her resistance pin, again making her hit even harder. After you level those two up, you just do her skill and basic and move to her complex bonus abilities. Her BA1 is the most complex, as it gives her 5 stacks of Slashed Dream and applies 5 stacks of Crimson Knot to a random enemy, which I already explained. But additionally, for every stack of Slashed Dream that goes over the original 9, she gains a stack of Quadrivalent Ascendance up to a count of 3. And the game doesn't tell you what this does up front, but essentially whenever you use the ultimate and lose all of your Slashed Dream stacks, you'll regain Slashed Dream stacks equal to the number of Quadrivalent Ascendant stacks. I know that's a lot, but when you really think about it, it's not terribly complicated. Luckily, her other 2 bonus abilities are really straightforward. Her BA2 makes her deal more damage based on the number of Nihility characters on her team, up to a maximum of 2, and her BA3 just makes her deal more damage per Crimson Knot. So finally, we are past her ridiculous kit, and now we can actually get into building Acheron. Now for her light cone selection, her signature Along the Passing Shore is by far her best, and it makes her damage absolutely ridiculous, and I highly recommend pulling this light cone if you want to main Acheron, as it increases her crit damage by 36% and adds another stacking mechanic that makes her ultimate deal even more damage. I swear she is the queen of stacking mechanics. The damage difference between this light cone and any other option is pretty significant, but if you're not pulling it, Good Night and Sleep Well is really the only cone I'd actually recommend outside her signature, because most Nihility cones don't fit into her kit. You could use Incessant Rain as a last resort, but anything else I wouldn't really recommend. Now for her relics, the Pioneer set that we've all been wondering what to do with is actually for Acheron. It works so well on her, and the new Divine Realm Planar Ornament set is legitimately made just for her, so I'd stick with this build with your main stats being crit rates or crit damage body, speed or attack boots, attack rope, and a lightning sphere, because this is the build I did all of my testing with, and she was hitting absolutely crazy numbers the entire time. Now when it comes to her Eidolons, although her E1 is valuable for crit rate, I still wouldn't recommend going for it over the light cone, but if you have a lot of pulls to spare, I'd go for E2 and obviously the light cone and call it a day. This will make it so she only needs 1 Nihility teammate to max out her buff, which is a really nice quality of life. Her higher Eidolons are obviously insane, and if you're pulling that far, just uninstall the game, because you just removed every bit of difficulty from every part of this game. Now for Acheron's team, you can either run 2 Nihility debuffers like Pela or Silverwolf, along with a support like Huohua or Fu Xuan, or you can run 1 Nihility debuffer and 1 Harmony unit like Sparkle or Bronya, because generally speaking, the Harmony unit outweighs freeze the buff that Acheron gets from the 2 Nihilities, so I ran her on this team and had absolutely 0 issues. So at the end of all of this, would I recommend Acheron? Absolutely yes. Are you kidding me? She is hot as fuck.